30 years ago this month, a young woman's disappearance made national headlines, and it rocked the small community of Berlin. To this day, her family and friends are still searching for answers.
The unsolved disappearance of Tara Calico. About Tara. She was born on 28th of February 1996 in New Mexico. She is around 5'5" to 5'7" at the time of her disappearance. The disappearance. On the 20th of September 1988, Tara Calico, 19, left her home at approximately 9:30 a.m. to go on her daily bike ride. The ride normally took around 2 hours. Tara planned to play tennis with her boyfriend at 2:30 p.m. after the bike ride. Tara left with her mother's pink Huffy bike and continued to travel along her normal cycle route along Highway 47. She was never seen again. The bike was never recovered. Before the disappearance, Tara and her mother, Patty, often travelled the route together. Leading up to Tara's disappearance, Patty had been skipping her bike rides due to an incident where a car drove aggressively close to her and passed her multiple times. However, Tara continued the tradition. Her mother suggested that she should carry mace, but Tara refused. After Patty had not heard from Tara in a while, Patty drove up and down the bike route looking for her daughter. When there was no sign of Tara, Patty called the police. The evidence. A few people recalled seeing Tara on her route, and one stated that they remembered a light-coloured pickup truck riding along with a cyclist. Police found parts of Tara's Walkman and cassette tape. On the 15th of June 1989, over half a year after Tara's disappearance, a Polaroid picture was found in a car park. The Polaroid showed a woman and a young boy bound and gagged. The Polaroid was found in a similar place to where a white Toyota van had been parked. A man in his 30s with a moustache was reported as the driver. The police tried to locate this man and his car, but their attempts were unsuccessful. The Polaroid. At first, the people in the Polaroid were thought to be Tara and a youth named Michael Henley. Patty was unsure that it was Tara in the Polaroid at first, but the more she looked at it, the more she believed it resembled her daughter. Similarities. There is a discoloured streak on the thigh of the individual in the picture, which was reportedly similar to a scar Tara had after a car accident. A forensic analysis of the Polaroid showed that it was taken recently, but the FBI was unable to determine if the individuals in the Polaroid were in fact Michael and Tara. However, a forensic artist compared the Polaroid to other photos of Tara and Michael and was 85% sure that they were the same people. Michael Henley disappeared in New Mexico in April 1988 while on a trip with his father. But in 1990, Michael's remains were found in New Mexico's Zuni Mountains, 7 miles from where he disappeared. It was determined that he died before the Polaroid was taken and his death was due to exposure, so no foul play. The aftermath. Patty died in 2006 and Tara's biological father died in 2002, but her stepdad is still alive. 2 other photos, which some believe to be Tara, have appeared, but the second one is believed to be a prank. It depicts a woman with bandages on her face on an Amtrak train with a man beside her. Police no longer believe that Tara is the individual in the picture. Instead, it has been hypothesized that she was most likely killed on the day of her disappearance. A man named Henry Brown confessed on his deathbed that he was in the basement of Lawrence Romeo Jr. when he noticed a young woman's body wrapped in a blue tarp and buried in a shallow grave. Romeo and 2 other individuals, one named as Dava Silva, claimed that the body was of a Tara Calico. They claimed that along with a man named Leroy Chavez, they were riding in a truck when they passed a cyclist. They hit her with the truck and abducted her. When Tara threatened to go to the police, Romeo stabbed her and hid her body in a nearby bush temporarily. Later on, they took her to a grave, raped her, and buried her. Henry claimed that the men threatened him so he wouldn't go to the police. Romeo's father was Sheriff Rivera, and it is alleged that he helped cover up the crime. Unfortunately, all that were thought to be involved have passed away before this new information had come to light. Recently, Tara's friend, Melinda Esquivel, created a podcast and investigation into Tara's disappearance. There is a $20,000 reward for details leading to the identification or location of Tara and any information leading to an arrest or conviction of those responsible for her disappearance. I apologize for any mispronunciations of any names in this video.